Just wanted to ask you overall, what you thought of the guys' game today.
Well, I thought we started out a little bit slow. It took us a while to get into our rhythm, but I think once we got into our rhythm, we started moving the ball. Guys were making better runs off the ball, and then we started to create some chances. We missed some early on, and it's like any time you get in that rhythm and you can score a goal, and then you get some momentum, get some confidence. The guys were ready to open up a little bit more.
I was going to ask you, Ryan, on your goal that you scored, the first goal looked kind of like a strange play. What did you kind of see happen on that particular play?
Oh, well, I saw Chandler cut in, and so I tried to go across the defense, and we made eye contact, and he slotted it through. Yeah. It was a good pass, and I finished it finally.
And what do you think that did for you guys? Just to get, I know the first goal is sometimes overrated, but when a team's maybe trying to pull off an upset, when you get the first goal, then does that change the whole maybe direction the game's going to take?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. When you score an early goal like that, it changes how the team can play against you. And they can't play a real defensive style because they're down a goal.
Yeah.
They can play like that, but then you're already down a goal, so you're going to lose.
Yeah.
So they have to come out and play more. And so getting that initial goal, plus what it does is kind of, you give up an early goal like that, it can, if you're not an experienced team, it can really rattle your confidence. Yeah. And so getting that obviously helped our momentum as well.
I was going to say, you had a couple of near goals early in the game. What was that like to just a couple of times where you thought maybe you were scored, there were fouls called instead? That had to be a little frustrating, but you obviously overcame it because you scored later.
Yeah. I mean, I think it was good for our confidence, especially at the beginning of the game, to start off with 2 early goals. I mean, they were disallowed, but definitely got the guys going. And then for my goal, it was a great pass by Chandler, and I was able to kind of peel off to the back post and finish it. So.
And once you guys got the first one, it seemed like it just kind of turned on a faucet, sort of. I mean, what was it like out there playing after that first goal?
I mean, it's a great experience always. Yeah. And the early rounds in the tournament, it's all about getting the early goals. And usually with the teams that are newer to the tournament, they usually start to break after the first 2. So it was really good for us to put it away early.
That was good too. Like when you're up 5-0 at halftime, what do you kind of talk about going into the second half? Because I'm sure you don't want to look like you're trying to pour it on, but you also kind of have to keep fresh because you have a game tomorrow.
Right. Well, honestly, the first thing I mentioned to him, we did come out a little bit slow.
Yeah.
And you don't usually try to get ahead of ourselves, but when you're up 5 goals, you better win the game.
Yeah.
And my first thought was, guys, if we come out in the first 10 minutes like that tomorrow, we're going to be down a goal ourselves. So it was more about, we're happy that we finished some opportunities, but again, we are trying to think now when you're up 5, okay, how can we use the rest of this game to benefit us for tomorrow?
Is there any disappointment that they get a goal late?
Absolutely. Absolutely. It's a huge disappointment.
Yeah.
And we talked about that as well, that we weren't necessarily going to score more than 7 goals, but like I said, the guys, I'd rather have the shutout than score 10 goals. And we've done it at both ends. So it's a huge disappointment to give up that goal.
The last thing I was going to ask you guys was, I forgot whether it was first or second. I remember you had one of these kind of games last year too here. Are these good or bad sometimes in the NCAA tournament to have big blowout wins? Do they maybe give you any overconfidence? Or
well, I mean, the positive side of this is we got to rest some guys that had a lot of minutes. We got to play some guys that haven't gotten any minutes, and maybe those guys will, that'll give them some confidence if we can go that deep tomorrow. So it's, the pace of the game overall was too slow for us to be able to really help us tomorrow. But we try to talk about what can we take out of that game.
You guys want to think about that too?
Yeah, I mean, it was definitely good to get a lot of guys in. Some of the younger guys get the initial NCAA experience, off their back. Because I remember for me, freshman year, it was definitely a different experience than a regular season game. So I thought it was great that we got to play some guys that haven't gotten a lot of